Thank you to Epidemic Sound for supporting the channel and sponsoring today's video. Have you ever stood in front of your closet filled with clothes, but you still felt like you had nothing to wear? Have you ever lost time looking for an item you know you have, but you just can't remember where you placed it? Or have you ever spent an afternoon clearing out your garage or dusting all kinds of knickknacks when you would have preferred to go outside and enjoy your time off? Minimalism is based on a simple premise: less meh, more yay. By focusing less on the extras, the clutter, the burdens, we get to focus more on the things that matter. Our time, money, and energy are limited resources, so how we choose to spend them makes a huge difference. When we spend our resources on doing, buying, cleaning, managing, sorting, impressing, comparing, we can never get them back. The first time I experienced a sense of maximalism in my life was when I was going on a 2-week trip. I was 18 and flew across the world to experience a totally different place. A different culture, different places, food, people, architecture. We were walking towards the train station that would take us to the airport, and I was lugging around the heaviest suitcase you could ever imagine. I think I probably would have been able to fit inside of it myself. It was filled with wardrobe options for every situation you could think of. I brought my hair straightener, my full makeup collection, some stuffed animals, hair treatments, books. Whatever situation I would get into, I would have the items to deal with it. And I suddenly realized how weird this was. Me going on this adventure, experiencing the world, yet at the same time being dragged down, literally, by my things. Of course, we need to own some things in our life. We need them for survival, for our job, our safety, or for our hobbies. But when the stuff keeps accumulating, it becomes a distraction. We think that our next purchases will make us happier, will make our life more meaningful, but this is seldom true. Instead of making us happier, excess things can weigh us down and make it more difficult for us to find true happiness. The most interesting thing about consumption and buying new things is what's happening in our head. The journey from discovery to desire to purchasing. It starts in our imagination and our fantasy. We see an item and we dream about what it would be like to have it, and how much better we would feel if we were the type of person who owns something like that. We buy things as an expression of our identity. We see this one item and we think that it's going to change things for us. Finally make us feel satisfied with our wardrobe. Finally make us feel more confident. The things we buy express who we want to be and how we would like to be perceived by ourselves and others. Buying it makes us feel excited, it gives us this amazing rush, and then the journey ends by us bringing home the item. Minimalism, in a way, is the other way around. The journey doesn't end by bringing home the item because it's not about the shopping itself. It starts with the item because we bought it for a specific purpose, and the item will then have a positive impact on our daily life because it actually gets used. So living a minimalist lifestyle can help us to shift perspective and put emphasis not on the shopping experience itself, but on owning items that enrich our lives and intentionally leaving the things that won't. How does all this shopping and buying make us feel? Initially, we experience excitement and a rush of dopamine. However, research has shown that when we have too much stuff or get new stuff frequently, we constantly experience a feeling of dissatisfaction. That one item we subconsciously thought would change things for us ends up just being another one of our possessions, and we start looking for the next thing. If we are in constant pursuit of the next thing to buy, we hardly ever stop to appreciate the many things we already own. I remember when I got my first promotion quite a few years ago, the first thing I did was visit a mall and go on a shopping spree. I bought 6 new outfits. This was not a job where there was a new dress code. I could just as well have used the clothing items I already owned. But I didn't want to show up to my new job wearing things people had already seen. And I tried to hide my insecurity by going shopping, which in the end didn't help one bit. So then I went shopping again. Studies have actually shown that retail therapy can make us feel more insecure, not less. It turns out that the stuff we buy on emotional shopping trips is often linked to our insecurities. This compensatory behavior is meant to soothe ourselves after a bad day or when we feel inadequate. We buy products that counter the area of insecurity we experience, which is exactly why I went shopping for new outfits that signify job success when I was feeling insecure about my new job. The moment I started feeling more confident in my abilities, my appearance, and my identity was when I stopped shopping. So then, when can we truly feel like we have enough? When can we start focusing on what we already have instead of what we want to buy next? This isn't always an easy shift, and it will probably take some practice. I know for me, even after 8 years of living a minimalist lifestyle, I still catch myself looking to buy something new if I feel insecure, or being influenced by an ad, thinking my life would somehow improve if I bought this new thing. It's easy to think that if there is something about our life we don't like, if there is something we don't feel good about, we need to find what's missing and add that thing. We need to buy or own certain things to finally feel satisfied. We need to work harder or be more productive and start a side hustle so we can be more financially successful. We need to start new commitments and activities and say yes to every opportunity that comes our way, hoping that these things will bring more fulfillment. This brings us back to the simple premise of minimalism: less meh, more yay. Instead of focusing on what to add, another way to go about this is what to get rid of, creating more space, time, freedom, and energy by getting rid of what's no longer serving us. I like to get inspired about minimalism by watching the birds. Birds don't lug around heavy, huge suitcases. When they move houses, they start fresh. They travel light. Sure, every once in a while they go out looking for nice twigs and branches to build a good, safe nest, a place where they can chill. But other than that, they fly around without anything weighing them down. A big thanks to Epidemic Sound for sponsoring the video and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the music in this video, I think you're gonna love Epidemic Sound. They offer royalty-free music and sound effects, and I have been using them exclusively in my videos for a couple of years now. Their subscription will give you access to over 35,000 music tracks and 90,000 sound effects, with unlimited downloads and use. Music is an important part of my videos because it sets the mood, and I want to help my viewers have an inspiring and relaxing time when they watch something that I made. And the music I find through Epidemic Sound is just very beautiful and relaxing to listen to, no matter what you're using it for. It's also easy to filter by genre and by mood, so you can always find something you're looking for. You can use the personal plan if you're creating content, podcasts, or other creative projects, or you can get the commercial plan if you're a freelancer or business creating commercial productions. If you want to check them out, you can click my link in the description box and sign up for a free 30-day trial with Epidemic Sound. If you want some help with getting started with minimalism, I recommend watching the video on the screen right now. I walk you through exactly how to start your journey. As always, questions, comments, conversations down below. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next week with a new video. Bye bye.